So good evening everyone. Today we are going to discuss Introduction to Physics Lecture 5. We have already discussed about fundamental quantity in detail, and now this other type of physical quantity which is derived quantity. We are going to discuss what is derived quantity and how we can understand derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity. So guys, definition of derived quantity is nothing but those physical quantity which depends on fundamental quantity is derived quantity. Now derived quantity are not independent quantity, because if I say that guys, area, so area means length into breadth. So length is a fundamental quantity, breadth is also a fundamental quantity, but L square means area is length into breadth. This is L square is not a fundamental quantity, so this is derived quantity. I can derive length into length is length square. So this is derived quantity guys, because I have expressed area in terms of length into breadth, means length into length, that is L square. So derived quantity are not independent quantity. Now guys, you can express derived quantity in terms of fundamental quantity, and for analysis of these quantity, derived quantity, we require dimension. The dimension is associated with every derived quantity, like I have expressed earlier. So now one thing I want to tell you here guys, suppose absorption of sound by enclosures. Suppose like when you go to a movie hall, so you have sound absorber at the back of the screen. Even in throughout the cinema halls, sound absorbers are there. And also I can say that probability of nuclear reactions to occur, they have the dimension of area. Now you should ask, sir, what is the way to represent absorption of sound by an enclosure or probability of nuclear area? Is someone can express it in meter square or feet square or acres? So my answer is guys, you cannot express this in terms of simple things. So if you have to measure sound absorption, so sound absorption can be measured with the help of this. You have to remember Sebins. So this is the area exposure actually, but unit is actually Sebins. So in terms of Sebins, you can measure this sound absorption. Similarly, nuclear reactions can be expressed in terms of barns. So these things actually guys are nothing but in terms of area I have defined, but they are different from the units of area like meter square and feet square or acres. So they are Sebins and barns. Sebins and barns are used to represent absorption of sound by an enclosure as well as probability of nuclear reactions. Now guys, we have make a table where I have tried to explain some physical quantity, that is derived quantity, in terms of fundamental quantity. But this is only 20 quantity I have taken. More quantity I will take in tomorrow's lecture. So first quantity I have taken guys, area. Area is called length into breadth. Area can be written as length into breadth guys. So length into breadth means I can write its dimension is L into L, that is L square, because L for this and L for this. And SI unit, you all know that area SI unit is meter square. Volume I can write guys L into B into H, length into breadth into height. So L3 and dimension is L3 and unit is meter cube. Density I can write density guys mass per unit volume. So mass is can be written as m, and volume because L cube, so ml to the power minus 3, and its unit is kg per meter cube, because m stand for kilogram and volume is meter cube. Speed is or is distance upon time, and velocity is displacement upon time. So I can say that this is nothing but length upon time guys. So length either displacement or distance, which is nothing but a length, displacement or distance which is nothing but a length. So lt minus 1. So I can write guys, this is nothing but this is LT minus 1 is the dimension of speed. So this is meter per second or meter second inverse. Now guys, velocity upon time is acceleration. Velocity upon time is acceleration. So velocity is already written as LT minus 1 upon t. So LT minus 2 meter per second square. Remember, acceleration, I can directly use the result LT minus 2 for acceleration, and velocity LT minus 1 I can directly use, guys. Okay. Momentum is a quantity which tells you quantity of motion present inside a body. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So mass can be expressed in m, and velocity I told you guys LT minus 1. So dimension is mLT minus 1, and its unit is kg meter per second. Kg meter per second is the unit of momentum. Force, I told you guys, mass into acceleration. So F is equal to m into a by Newton's second law. So this is nothing but m, and acceleration I'll use directly LT minus 2. So dimension is mLT minus 2. SI unit is Newton. Now guys, next is work. Work is the dot product of two quantities. Work is scalar quantity, and this is a dot product of two quantity, which is force dot displacement. So force I can write mLT minus 2, and displacement is length. So in terms of mL2T minus 2, so dimension of work is mL2T minus 2, and its SI unit is joule. Now guys, energy and work have same dimension. So energy and work, because change in kinetic energy is total work done, guys. You know the work energy theorem. Total work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy. So I can write simply, guys, mL2T minus 2, and SI unit again is joule. Next guys, power. Power is, you can write work upon time. Work upon time, or in another manner, power can be written as, guys, work is force dot displacement upon time. So F dot V also can be written. Displacement upon time is velocity. So F dot V can be written as, guys. So F is mLT minus 2 into LT minus 1. So can I say that, guys, this is mL2T minus 3, and unit of power is watt. Unit of power is watt, guys. Pressure, you know that thrust per unit area or force perpendicular, or I can say thrust per unit area. Thrust is nothing but perpendicular force, guys. So mL2T, actually I can write mLT minus 2, mLT minus 2 upon L2. So this is nothing but mL minus 1 T minus 2. Unit is Pascal, or it is also abbreviated as Newton per meter square. Newton meter square to the power minus 2 I have written. Moment of force. Anything moment means, guys, you have to calculate R cross F. This is torque. So R means length, and force mLT minus 2 again. So mL2T minus 2, this is Newton meter. Now gravitational constant. I can write F is equal to G m1 m2 divided by R square. So guys, G can be written as FR square divided by m1 into m2. This is universal law of gravitation. Value of G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So FR square, guys. F I can write mLT minus 2. So I'm using here only. F I can write, guys, see here, mLT minus 2 into L2 upon m2. So m minus 1 L3 T minus 2 is the dimension, and its unit I can write, guys, Newton, since force into R square, Newton meter square upon kg square. This is the unit. Impulse is the, guys, a short duration of time you have a large amount of force, enormous force for small duration of time. So force into time is impulse. So force is nothing but mLT minus 2, and time is t. So mLT minus 1, impulse. And guys, one thing you have to remember, that impulse and momentum has same dimension. You can check here. Impulse and momentum has same dimension. I'm telling you, see guys, momentum is also mLT minus 1, and impulse is also mLT minus 1, and this is the question of JEE mains. which of the following has dimension identical? So impulse and momentum have identical dimension, guys. Okay, and the unit of impulse is nothing but, guys, Newton into second. Newton into second, because force into time is stress. Stress is force per unit area, guys. Force per unit area. So I can write mlt minus 2 upon area is L2. So this is nothing but ml minus 1 t minus 2, and dimension of stress is again force per unit area, so Newton per meter square. Now, guys, strain. Strain is change in length, delta L by L, change in length upon original length. So it has no dimension. The first quantity what we get, no dimension, is strain here in this table, and no unit and no dimension. Coefficient of elasticity. Elasticity, Young's modulus of elasticity, bulk modulus of elasticity, any means that is stress upon strain, guys. And you know that strain has no dimension. This has no dimension at all. So dimension of stress is same as that of coefficient of elasticity, means that is stress dimension I can write, guys, simply ml minus 1 t minus 2. So dimension of stress is ml minus 1 t minus 2, that is Newton meter to the power minus 2, Newton meter square, Newton per meter square. Surface tension. Surface tension is force per unit length. So mlt minus 2 upon L. L and L cancel. So mt minus 2 is the dimension of surface tension, and unit of surface tension is, since, guys, force per unit length, Newton per meter. Newton per meter, or Newton meter inverse you can also write. Surface energy. You have to keep in mind, guys, surface energy is work per unit area. This term you should remember, because most of the student has confusion of dimension of surface energy. Work per unit area. So work is nothing but F dot S, na, guys, and area is L square, na. So I can write this as ml2 t minus 2 upon L2. L2 and L2 cancel. So I can say that dimension is also mt minus 2. Dimension of this quantity and the above quantity, means this surface tension and surface energy is same, but unit I'll talk about joule per meter square. So dimension, unit and dimension tells you the things about quantity which is very unique, which you will understand after some time. Coefficient of viscosity, because, guys, F is equal to 6 pi eta RB. F is equal to 6 pi eta RB. This is a formula which you will read in the chapter of surface tension and viscosity. So, guys, viscosity can be written as, eta can be written as force divided by R into V. Force divided by R into V. So in this dimension, guys, it is, if you calculate it carefully, so dimension will come ml minus 1 t minus 1. But those students who are not comfortable in this formula, I'll tell you another way to calculate this surface viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity is nothing but, guys, I can write also in terms of, because I told you the formula of F is equal to 6 pi eta RB, that is okay. But those students who are not aware with this formula, for that I'm just making it simple. Force into distance upon area into velocity. So I can say that, guys, this is simply, force is mlt minus 2, distance is L, area is L square, velocity is lt minus 1. This L and L cancel. So this becomes ml minus 1 t minus 1, and this is the dimension of these things. And coefficient of viscosity unit is Newton per meter square into second. This is the unit, or also known as Pascal into second. So coefficient of viscosity you can either calculate by 6 pi eta RV. F is equal to 6 pi eta RV, or you can directly multiply force multiply by distance upon area into velocity, guys. Okay, which formula you will feel comfortable, find the dimension of this. So today we will stopping here, and next class we will go ahead of these things. We have to see all the possible dimensions. So tomorrow's or day after tomorrow, whenever I will upload the lecture, that